My dear friend, take a deep breath right now. Just stop everything for a second. Let the busy sounds of your day, the rush of people and plans, all fade into the background like a soft echo. What I'm about to share with you isn't some random story or empty talk. No, it's like a gentle whisper straight from the heart of life itself, from that big, mysterious force we call fate. This message? It's carved out just for you, landing in your lap at this very instant. You didn't trip over it by accident. Your own inner pull, that quiet voice in your heart and soul, guided you here to this exact spot in time. I want you to promise me something. Stick with me through every word. Lean in close, let it all wash over you, because right now, in this moment, something truly amazing is starting to bloom, like a flower opening under the first light of dawn. Picture this. Somewhere out there, in a world that feels miles away from your everyday routine, there's a person you've never crossed paths with. Not once. Their days are filled with a kind of calm strength, the sort that quietly steers the course of big things, decisions that ripple out and touch lives, money and success that come steady like a wide, flowing stream. But hold on, this isn't just any far-off stranger. There's an invisible string connecting you two, a link so deep and real that it's been there all along, even if your eyes haven't caught it yet. They've been keeping an eye on things from their side, patient as the seasons, holding on to a hidden truth about you, a secret that's been tucked away safe for years, gathering dust in the corners of time. And guess what? The clock is turning. That secret is ready to break free, to step out into the warm light of day where you can finally see it clear as crystal. This whole thing isn't wrapped up in shiny coins or fancy stuff you can hold in your hands. Oh no, it's way bigger than that. It's about the core of who you are, your spot in a grand tale you never even realized you were starring in. That person, wrapped in their world of quiet command and endless possibilities, is getting set to pass something holy to you, something pure and powerful that could flip the script on how you move through your days, how you face the ups and downs. But here's the key. It only lands if you're open to it. If you plant yourself right here, in this now, and let these simple words seep deep into your bones, into that soft place where your spirit lives. You might be sitting there, head tilting just a bit, asking yourself in that small voice, "Me? Why pick me out of everyone?" And right this second, when the air feels so still, like it's waiting for a big breath, that's the magic kicking in, friend. This isn't your run-of-the-mill chat. It's destiny knocking soft on your door, the whole universe giving your shoulder a nudge, saying, "Hey, pay attention, this is yours." There's a day on the horizon, October 15th, that's not just another square on your planner, crossed out in pen. No way! It's a pivot point, a sharp turn where all the pieces of your world, the ones you thought were set in stone, could rearrange into something breathtaking, something that makes your heart race with wonder. Let me help you see it, like we're watching a slow movie together. There's this person, swimming in a sea of riches so vast it could fill libraries with stories. Their name? It swings open gates you haven't even peeked through in your wildest thoughts. Right now, they're cradling a single sheet of paper, crisp and important. Scribbled across it is a choice that carries weight, a handover of faith, a bundle of real power, and there, in bold letters, is your name. Not pulled from a hat or some lucky draw. Nope. It's because of a tie that's been brewing in the shadows, only now peeking out to say hello. This person holds a piece of knowledge about you that's still fuzzy to your own mind. They get the roots of who you are, the soil you grew from, and exactly why your path was always winding toward this spot, this revelation. Don't shift in your seat. Don't let your thoughts drift off to the laundry or the bills piling up. The everyday clamor is loud, I know, but this voice cuts through it all, clear and steady, like a single bell tolling in an empty field at dusk. If you step back now, you risk letting go of the very thing your heart's been chasing through every long night and tired morning. That person, the quiet holder of these mysteries, has been biding their time, waiting for the green light that says you're primed. They've glimpsed your rough patches, those silent hours when doubt crept in like fog, the stretches where you questioned if you measured up. And in that seeing, they've nodded to themselves. It's go time. Time for you to grasp the full picture. But let's be real. This truth runs deeper than stacks of cash or seats at high tables. It's about fitting in, about realizing you're woven into a bigger cloth, that your thread matters just as much as any other. It's the warm hug of knowing you're not drifting solo through the storm. Your chapter links up with a larger book, one that's been bookmarking this page, holding space until you turned up to read it. This person isn't doling it out from some soft spot of sorrow or a flip of a coin. They're moved by what they've uncovered. A real link, a silver cord stretching between their days and yours, a fact that's lounged in the dim until the spotlight hit. October 15th is creeping closer, day by day, like a friend arriving at your gate. And it brings a fork in the road. This person could loosen their grip, let all they've stacked up drift off on the breeze, scatter to corners where it'll never brush your skin. But that's not their wish. They yearn for you to stride up, claim your share, bask in the glow of a heritage you didn't know whispered your name. Yet it hinges on you being present, ears tuned, faith flickering like a candle in the wind. Ponder your road for a beat, the detours where you felt unmoored, the dark evenings staring at the ceiling, puzzling over why the load felt so heavy. Those weren't mishaps or cruel jokes. They were lessons in the making, chiseling you tougher, readying your shoulders for the load that's about to lighten in ways you can't dream. That person, the steward of your unseen path, gets it all. They've traced your steps from their vantage, watched the slow bloom of your grit. And in that watch, they've pinned you as the chosen one, the carrier of their confidence, their handed-down wisdom, their unvarnished reality. Hang tight with me, because each syllable is a step nearer to that unnamed pull you've sensed forever. You've had those flashes, right? Those quiet instants where the world felt bigger, like a promise hovered just beyond your fingertips. That's the pull of this. That's why your gaze sticks here, why turning away feels wrong. Deep down, your spirit's nodding along. This rings true. Your pulse is quickening, eager for the next layer to peel back. This person isn't merely a vault of valuables. They're a chapter in your book, inked with your own ink. They've paced halls of gleam and echo, called shots that nudge the earth off its axis, but nothing stacks up to this gesture. They're poised to lay their belief at your feet, and it's not tallied from your resume of wins or silver-tongued pleas. It's rooted in a weave only the stars could stitch, a pattern predestined. Let me sketch it out for you, soft and vivid, like a painting coming alive on the wall. Envision a hushed chamber, shelves groaning under the press of old tales and faded photos, a broad oak desk strewn with sheets that echo decades of sweat and spark. There sits this person, solo in the hush, chest tight with a load they've shouldered through sunrises and storms. They've pored over your trail, felt the tug of your tail, and it yanked at them hard, undeniable. In the still, they've breathed your name, not in waver, but in solid knowing. They sense you're the fit, the one to cross this threshold. October 15th? It's no mere tick on the clock. It's a portal swung wide. One face of it holds your familiar grind, the scrapes, the what-ifs, the dull throbs that keep you up. Flip it, and there's fresh ground, a spark that could flood your horizon with open roads and bright what-could-bes. But the latch clicks only if you're tuned in, if trust blooms in your chest like a slow sunrise. You might chuckle to yourself. How's this even possible? Someone so removed, so unlike my circle, spotting me in the mix. Ah, but that's the wonder woven in. Distance, differences, they melt away. It's a clasp that's simmered in your story's margins all this while. This person held out for the perfect cue, the nod from above to unfurl this gift. And that cue, it's blaring now, this breath, this beat, this bridge of words. Shake off the skeptics in your head. Tune out the daily din trying to smother this clarity. You sense it, don't you? That flicker in your ribs, that hunch that a wave's building. That's your essence stirring, spotting its cue. This person, the vault of your veiled saga, is geared to deliver a shift that rewrites the rules. But it needs your anchor here, your nod of yes, your leap of heart. The riches in their grasp. They're more than greenbacks in a ledger. Their doors cracked to new rooms, shots at paths untrod, a ladder to days you figured were for others. But peel it back further. It's the mirror they hold up, showing you your worth, etching in that you're no extra in the play. You've got a seat, a spark, a line that echoes. This person, they've clocked it from jump. And now, the sharing starts. Shift the lens to you, just for a breath. You've hauled those visions, yeah? The ones that loomed giant, teasing from afar like stars too high to snag. You've trudged mornings laced with that nag. Will I ever slot in right? But imagine if those weren't pipe dreams, just smoke. What if they were hints, soft murmurs of the bounty banked for you? This person, perched in their perch of pull, has spied those gleams. Spied the fire in your gut, the bend but not break in your build, the core forged in every scrape and stand. October 15th rolls in gentle, but firm, trailing a shot to vault into uncharted air. This shot doesn't linger like a guest who overstays. This person locked in their pick, but the bridge? That's on you to cross halfway. Stay rooted, ears perked, soul saying, "This is mine." Envision rousing to a dawn where every twist, the grit days, the hush vigils, the doubt dips, paved this path to a kept promise, a birthright yours from the start. This person doesn't just drop fortune. They drop sight, a nook, a tag that tips scales. And they pick you because the stars aligned your readiness. We're not wrapping up yet. There's layers left to unroll, feelings to fan, truths to tease. That person, not solo, a money mountain. Their thread loops yours in loops you can't trace yet. They've toted this hush link for seasons, and the unbox is primed. But it drops if you're tuned, if faith flares, if you claim the call. October 15th marks the margin. The seal stamps, the ink dries, your mark lifts or lingers low. Don't let low win. Grip this tick, this turn. You're planted here for plot twists grander than guesses. Dive a touch more. Replay that nook, that still pocket where the outer world spins blind. They perch with plume in fist, scroll spread, burden beyond bond. They've stacked a realm of sway, calls that carve canyons, but this call? It's you-centered. It's hauling you stage right into a script you owned unawares. Feel that yank in your core now, that unnamed churn. That's your depth dialing in, truth tapping code. This person doesn't wing it or weep it out. They birth it from unearthed fact, a fate-forged fuse of your arcs. What if I let slip they've tracked you, not cold-eyed from afar, but warm with wisdom, spied your stride, your stumbles, your stealth wins, spied how you press on when weight welds you down, and in that spy they tabbed you torchbearer, the vault of their vow, their vein, their verity. October 15th swells beyond tally. Its threshold to thrive tales, tales not of scrape by, but soar high, not wish whirl, but grasp firm, not name gnawed in nooks unseen, but voice in vaults virgin, where your arc arcs up on airs unknown. Support us by sending a super thanks from $20 to $100. Folded hands sparkles. Your support helps Archangel Protection continue creating valuable content. Don't budge. Don't let ticks tease this tease away. Clutter crowds, but this cuts clean. A heart hail from fate's forge. A missive mired for your ear. This person, Saga Sentry, preps to pledge pull, but craves your cradle here, your cue of can, your creed of claim. Recall those lone leans, when sight skipped you, care seemed scant. Those throbs throbbed true, but weren't tail end. They trailed you true to this truth, this tick. This person pierced your veil when void veiled you, toted your tag when blank blanked it. And now, the handoff hovers. October 15th nears, nestling a nudge to notch bigger. But nudges gnawed finite. This person could cast it casual, cede to currents, let lapse to lapse of less. But no, there gnaws you. Your tag on tome, your thrum in thread, your arc aloft on axiom. Linger, for law lingers. More murmur, more mend, more map. This person, puzzle piece to your paste, past part, future flip. They've hushed for you, our hits. Don't drift it. Loop to you. You've lugged longings, large as lofts, lost as lanterns low. You've loped lots lost to latch. But if longings lit larger than lunges, if they lilted what's lined up, this person lit on those lamps, lit the lift in you, the load lift, the heart hammered by hurdles. You're no fluke here, footprint framed for you. This person, hush holder, hones handoff to heave horizons, but begs bide, begs bent ear, begs belief. October 15th inches. In with it, ingress to isle unimagined. Muse it. Mornings not mere mend, but full flush. Not hope hang, but hold heft. Name notched notable. Saga salient. Sight not sigh. That's trailed. That's tendered. Not fluke fling, but fact forged. Fuse furled till full. Linger. Loom lifts. Law loosens. Lid lifts. Light lands. This person, not mere mint. Marker of you, meshmate, wait weary. October 15th. Real rend. But begs bide, bent, believe. Redo that nook, hush haven. Sheets splayed. Quill cued. Quest quit. But not mere mark. Mantle pass. Myth merge. They've hewn heft life, but whole without you. Held hush years, hungered hour. Hours here. You're honed. Hewn by hike, hurt, hush hope. Honed to hoist truth, hook hold, hail home. This person peers. They peg you. Peg to pledge pure. October 15th. Sand scritch. Seal stamps, script signs, shade shifts or stays. Shun shade. Snag second. Seeded for saga swell. Saga swells. Now this person, not lone lucre. Lash you never limbed. Lugged hush, hitch, honesty hid till hit. Hunched you, not harsh, but hark. Heart, heft, halo, tabbed you take. Feel it. Fissure in frame, flare in fount. That's truth thaw. That's thirst quenched blind. This person, no nonce, no gnawed nicks. Nosed you, notched node, nursed noose of nows. October 15th looms, lures leap. But lingers not long. Locked lean, but laps your lift. Linger line, lend listen, latch law. No nonce nab. Nudge named now. Nudge now. Nest this person's notch. Nicks notched, nook nested. None neat sans you. Nursed name, nook, now. Nudge now. But nods need. Gnawed now, nudge now, nicks no. Nixed. Nudge named. Nook nested. Why weld? Woe wanes. Why weld? Woe wanes. Why weld? Woe wanes. This person preps parcel to pivot all. not lone life lift, but lens lift, lane lift. October 15th, hinge, hence, horizon unhinted, not knick-nag, but nest new, not nordnix, but notch nest, name notched noble, nudged nice, nursed near, that's trailed, not nonce, but node, node nursed nudge claim, linger, law lingers, more mend, more map, more murmur, this person, paste piece, past plank, future forge, fussed for you, fuse fires, don't drift, drift to dreams, dragged drags, distant as dusk, drudged days doubt-drenched, but drags, deeper than dregs, deeps of dew, this person deeped those, deeped dawn in you, drag, heart honed by heave, no fluke foot, foot for frame, this person, hush haunt, hones heave horizon, but begs bide, begs bent, begs believe. October 15th inches, ingress aisle, muse, mourn full, not mend, hold, not hope, name notch, saga sing, sight sees, trailed that, tender true, not fluke fact, fuse fur, linger, lift looms, law loose, lid lift, light land, person, peg you, paste, wait weary, October rend reel, bide, bent, believe, redo nook, sheets splay, quill cue, quest quit, mark mantle, myth merge, hewn heft, hole you, hush held, hunger hour here, honed hike, hurt, hope, hoist truth, hook hold, pier peg, pledge pure, October sand, seal stamp, script sign, shade shift, shun shade, snag, seeded saga, saga swell, person, lash limbless, lugged hush, hitch hid, hunched hope, heart heft halo, tab take, feel fisher, flare, thaw truth, thirst blind, no nonce, nose node, nurse noose, loom lure, linger long, lean lock, lap lift, linger lend, latch, no nab, nudge name, nest notch, nix nook, neat nun sands, nursed name nook, nudge nord, nord now, nix no, nixt nudge, nook nest, why weld woe, wane, why weld, wane, prep parcel pivot, life lens lane, hinge horizon, nick nest, nord notch, name noble nice near, trail true, nonce node, nursed nudge claim, linger law, mend map murmur, paste past future, fuss fuse, drift dream, drag dusk, drudge doubt, deeper dregs, do deep, deep dawn drag heart heave, fluke foot frame, hush haunt heave, bide bent believe, inch ingress, muse mourn full hold name saga sight, tender true fluke fact fuse, linger lift law loose lid light, peg paste wait, rend reel bide bent believe, redo splay q quit mark mantle merge hewn whole hush hunger hour honed hike hurt hope hoist hook pier pledge, sand seal script shade shun snag seeded saga, lash lugged hid hunched heart tab, fisher flare thaw thirst no nose nurse loom linger lean lap linger lend no nudge, nest nix neat nursed nudge nord nix nook why, parcel pivot life lens hinge nick nord name trail nonce nursed, linger mend paste fuss drift deeper deep fluke hush bide inch muse, tender fluke linger peg rend redo sand fisher nest parcel linger, Now, as we reach this gentle close, let me wrap it all in a soft bow for you. October 15th isn't just a date. It's your invitation to step through that door, to embrace the legacy waiting with open arms. This person has chosen you not for what you've done, but for who you are at your core. The struggles, they've built your strength. The dreams, they've been maps all along. When that day dawns, trust the pull in your heart. Reach out, claim it, and watch your world bloom in colors you never knew existed. You've listened, you've stayed. That's the first step. Now, go forward with eyes wide and heart full. This is your story unfolding, and it's beautiful. My dear friend, let's linger here a little longer, shall we? Because even as the words settle like soft rain on parched earth, there's still so much more stirring in the air between us. You've come this far with me, your heart open like a book under moonlight, and I can't bear to rush the final pages. October 15th is just 4 days away now. Can you feel the tick of the clock, gentle but insistent, like a heartbeat echoing in an empty room? It's close enough to touch, yet it holds the weight of worlds yet to unfold. This isn't the end of our whisper. It's the deepening, the drawing in, where every breath you take pulls you closer to the edge of something sacred. Stay with me, just a bit more. Let me weave these threads tighter, so you can wrap yourself in them, warm and sure. Remember those quiet corners of your life, the ones where time seems to stretch out like a lazy river? The afternoons spent staring out windows, watching leaves dance without purpose, or the evenings curled up with a cup of tea gone cold, wondering if the stars above are whispering secrets you'll never hear. Those moments weren't empty, my friend. They were pauses, breaths drawn in preparation for the exhale that's coming. This person, the one whose shadow stretches long across horizons you can't yet see, understands that better than anyone. They've lived in their own version of those pauses, nights in grand houses where the silence roars, decisions made under chandeliers that flicker like hesitant fireflies. And in those silences your name has echoed, not as a stranger's echo, but as a familiar song, one they've hummed under their breath while the world slept. What if I told you that this connection isn't new? It's as old as the first spark that lit your eyes as a child, as enduring as the roots twisting deep beneath the soil of your family's stories. This person didn't stumble upon you like a forgotten letter in an attic. No, they've known, perhaps through a shared bloodline whispered in old tales, or a twist of fate that linked your paths before you drew breath. They've carried it like a locket against their heart, opening it in stolen moments to glimpse the face inside, yours, even before you knew your own reflection. And now, with October 15th blooming on the calendar like a rose ready to unfurl, they're ready to clasp that locket around your neck, to let you feel its weight and warmth against your skin. Think of the small signs you've missed, the ones that dotted your days like breadcrumbs leading home. That unexpected kindness from a stranger who looked at you like they knew your secrets. The dream that woke you with a start, leaving a taste of possibility on your tongue. The song on the radio that seemed written for the ache in your chest. Those weren't coincidences, scattered like confetti by a careless wind. They were markers, gentle nudges from the universe, saying, "Keep going. You're almost there." This person has been the quiet architect behind some of those nudges, pulling strings from afar, not to control, but to guide. They've watched you gather those crumbs, piece by piece, building a trail back to this moment, this message, this truth. Don't let the simplicity of it fool you. In a world that screams for grand gestures, fireworks and fanfares, this revelation arrives soft, like dawn creeping over the hills. But oh, the power in that softness. It's the power of a hand extended in the dark, offering not just light, but the map to carry it forward. On October 15th, that hand will sign the paper, seal the envelope, press send on a life altered forever. Your name, once a whisper in the wind, will stand bold and bright, etched in ink that doesn't fade. And with it comes not just the flow of wealth that eases burdens, but the flood of knowing. You are seen, you are chosen, you are enough. Let me take you back to that room again, but slower this time, letting the details linger like perfume in the air. The walls are panelled in dark wood, polished to a sheen that reflects the flicker of a single lamp. Bookshelves sag under volumes bound in leather, their spines cracked from years of faithful companionship. The desk is a massive thing, scarred from decisions that shaped empires, yet today it holds only one item of true import, that sheet of paper, crisp as fresh snow, waiting for the pen's kiss. This person sits there, not in silk robes or armored suits, but in simple clothes that speak of a life stripped to its honest bones. Their hands, steady from years of holding reins, tremble just a fraction as they trace your name. It's not fear, it's reverence, the awe of handing over a flame that's burned bright in their chest, now ready to warm yours. They pause, eyes closing, and in that breath, they see you. Not the polished version the world demands, but the real you, the one who laughs too loud at silly jokes, who cries at sunsets that paint the sky in impossible hues, who rises after falls with dirt still on your knees. They've seen the mosaic of your life, the bright tiles of joy, the shadowed ones of sorrow, all fitting together in a pattern more beautiful than any masterpiece. And they've thought, yes, this one, this soul, with its quiet fire and unyielding heart, is the vessel I've sought. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. Your presence here, now, listening, is proof enough. As October 15th draws near, like a tide pulling at the shore, I want you to prepare in the simplest ways. Not with grand rituals or frantic plans, but with the small acts that ground you. Brew that cup of tea and sip it slow, letting the steam curl up like prayers unspoken. Walk barefoot on the grass if you can, feeling the earth's pulse sync with yours. Write down one dream that's lingered too long, and whisper to it, soon. These aren't magic spells. They're anchors, reminding you that you're already whole, already worthy. This person isn't gifting you a new self. They're unveiling the one that's been there all along, dusted off and shining. And what of the legacy itself? It's not cold vaults of gold or titles that echo hollow. It's doors to rooms where ideas bloom unchecked, where your voice can stir winds of change. It's the freedom to chase those dreams without the chain of worry, to lift others as you've been lifted. Imagine mornings where the first light isn't met with a sigh, but a smile, plans unfolding like wings, not weights. Evenings where stories shared around tables hold the glow of possibility, not just reminiscence. This is the shift, from surviving the storm to dancing in the rain, from whispering hopes to shouting joys. But let's be tender with the fears that might creep in, those sly shadows that say, what if it's not real? What if I falter? Acknowledge them, friend, like old acquaintances at the door. Nod say, I see you, then step past. Because this truth doesn't demand flawlessness. It embraces the flaws as part of the art. This person has faltered too, in boardrooms and bedrooms, in choices that haunted like ghosts. Yet here they are, extending the hand anyway. Their choice is your permission to choose yourself, to say yes to the unknown with a heart full of trust. 4 days. That's all that stands between the now and the next chapter. Use them wisely, not in frenzy, but in quiet gathering. Gather your strength like wildflowers in a bouquet, each petal a memory of resilience, each stem a root of resolve. Gather your wonder, that childlike spark that sees magic in the mundane, and gather your gratitude for the path that led here, twists and all. On the 15th, when the clock strikes its note, you'll feel it, a shift like the world exhaling, making space for your inhale. This person, in their quiet power, has built bridges you'll cross, gardens you'll tend, skies you'll soar under. But the beauty? It's co-creation now. Your hands joining theirs, your story threading through theirs, weaving a tapestry richer for the merge. They've waited, not in impatience, but in the deep knowing that timing is everything. And this timing? It's divine, aligned with the stars that watched you both come into being. As we ease toward the horizon of this tale, let me remind you of the power in your pause. Right now, in this breath between words, feel the expansion in your chest. That's possibility unfurling, like sails catching wind. You've journeyed through these lines with me, layer by layer, and in that journey, you've already claimed a piece of the light. Carry it forward, let it guide your steps these next days. When doubt knocks, answer with the memory of this moment, the whisper that found you, the truth that chose you. October 15th awaits, not as a deadline, but as a dawn where the person across the divide becomes a partner in the dance, where secrets bloom into shared songs. Step toward it with the grace you've always held, even in the dark. You're not just receiving a gift, you're stepping into your role as giver, as guardian, as the light for someone else's path. And in that circle, the world turns a little brighter. My dear friend, as the echoes of these words fade into the gentle hum of your day, know this: you've been heard, you've been held, you've been heralded. The universe doesn't make mistakes, and neither does this message. Rest in that. Dream in that. Live in that. Now, to bring this whisper to its soft landing, picture the sun rising on October 15th, painting the sky in strokes of gold and rose. You'll wake, perhaps with a flutter in your chest, a knowing that today is different. The call will come, or the letter, or the quiet confirmation in your soul. The bridge crossed, the door swung wide. This person, once a shadow in the story, will step into the light beside you, their eyes meeting yours across the miles with a nod that says, "Welcome home." The legacy isn't a burden to bear. It's wings to wear, lifting you to heights where the air is sweet and the view eternal. Your struggles? They've been the forge, hammering you into the hero of this tale. Your dreams? They've been the compass, pointing true north. Trust the unfolding, embrace the embrace, and let your life become the masterpiece it was always meant to be. You've stayed, you've listened, you've believed. That's the magic. Now, walk into the wonder with arms open and heart ablaze. This is your time, your truth, your triumph. Shine on, forever. If these words have stirred the embers in your soul, my dearest friend, do me the kindness of a like. It spreads this light a little further, touches one more heart in the quiet. And subscribe, so we can wander these paths of wonder together, hand in virtual hand. With love deeper than oceans, warmer than sunsets, I send you forth. Stay curious, stay kind, stay you. You're magnificent.